Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Recipieces from the Heart. My name is Sean, and I'm joined by our ever lovely cook and host, Ewa Wrona. Ewa, how are you feeling today? What have you got for us today?
Oh, we have few things that we will be making, and hopefully everybody enjoys the recipe. It's gonna be stuffed cabbage, gołąbki, wafle, and lamb
So
chops.
three full recipes today for us.
That's right.
All right. One of my favorite foods of all time is your gołąbki. That's where we're going to start today, right?
We're gonna start with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know the first step is to prepare the cabbages. I understand you've done a little bit of that work already, right?
That's correct. So we're gonna start by preparing the leaves of cabbage. We cooked the cabbage, and now we're gonna remove the hard part, the stem of the cabbage.
And as we're getting started on this, can you tell me a little bit about how you cook the cabbage, how you actually prepare it?
You have a head of the cabbage that you boil for as long as it takes for the first leaf to be removed, and the second leaf, one leaf at a time. You
Really?
remove them from the cabbage.
So you take the cabbage out while it's boiling hot to remove the leaves.
That's correct.
How do you grab it with a strainer?
You
Or?
have that thing to remove the leaf.
Wow.
And in order for that to be a little bit easier, you remove the whole cork
Mhm.
of the cabbage. You cut it out.
You do that first.
Yes, before you
So you
boil.
cut the cabbage in half.
No,
No.
not in half. It's the
So you
whole
just remove-
cabbage, but you remove the middle part.
Interesting.
And then the leaves will not be attached so hard, so they are easy to take one at
Sure.
a time. And then you.
And yeah, we have some beautiful full leaves here. I'm going to get a close-up shot so we can see what this looks like.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And you were about to show the hard part.
Oh yes. So this is how you're gonna remove this part from the leaf, so it's soft. So this we don't need anymore. Okay. All right, and that's how you do it. So you wanna try that, Sean?
Yeah. When you're doing this, do you normally wait for the cabbage to be cool, or is this just today that you're doing that?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do everything at the same time on the same day.
Sure.
So yeah.
What do you
How's
think of
that?
something like that? Is
Yeah,
this too little?
Even
a little bit
a
more?
little bit more.
So you maybe want to see these little fibers go away.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So this is ready. You can put here. And it depends how many gołąbkis we're going to make. That's how many leaves we're going to need.
Now, when you only want to make a few gołąbki, let's say, what do you do with the rest of the cabbage? Do you freeze it? Or?
Never was the issue that I made only few. So buy the cabbage size accordingly to what you're planning. But
okay.
you cannot make just 4. You normally make more than that. Okay, good.
So you've prepared the meat mixture already. Here is it.
So we have ground pork, ground beef, and we already have cold rice in there.
And it's cold cooked rice, right?
Cooked
Cooked
rice.
rice, yes.
Yes, cold cooked rice.
For that rice, do you season it with anything prior to the meat going in?
Not yet.
Just white rice
Everything
for now.
is without any seasoning at this moment.
Got it. Okay. So you just simply mix this all together.
You mix this, yeah. And probably after you mix a little bit, our hands are clean, so we're going to use hands to mix this, okay?
Is it important that the rice is cold when you're making this mixture?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
if you making the gołąbkis right then and you're going to be cooking them, then putting warm rice into meat, it's okay. You're not going to spoil the meat by using warm rice.
True. It's only if you're going to be saving it for later.
Correct, yes. Okay. So I would say, Sean, let's use the hands. Yeah.
This is a good example.
Yeah. And then after you mix it well, we're going to put pepper and salt, and this is it.
Sure. This is the one part adding the salt and pepper that I know you do, but I'm never sure how much
much?
to do.
Yeah.
And my reason for asking is obviously we love to put nagi on our gołąbki, so that's very salty. Do you sometimes think about that when you're putting salt in here, that there will be other
Of course,
things added?
yeah, it depends what we like to put after, and even it depends on the sauce. We can use different kinds of sauce. We're
So
going to use tomato sauce today because that's what I like the best, but you can use cream of mushroom soup.
Really?
And instead of rice, you can use also kasha. So it doesn't have to be rice. Some people put also, we're not going to do that today, but green parsley goes inside, and that looks good, and it adds to the taste. So today is very simple.
Yeah.
We're making.
And
Okay.
that's why we're here. I understand that different Polish households have different recipes.
Absolutely.
And we can look those up online. We want yours to do.
Right.
We want the tomato recipe.
Right. Okay, so let's put some salt. And you still will be using the hand.
Got it. Thank you. So please show me how much salt rather than asking me.
I would say we're just guessing, but okay, that's about that. And plenty of fresh ground pepper. Okay. Okay.
You do this part until you get tired, really.
Yeah. So that is that. And you're gonna mix that. And the next thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna prepare that stuffing by molding little rolls and placing them here on the board before we stuff the leaves.
How big should each of these be? Do you ever use a measuring spoon for this?
No spoon. You just, again, it depends on
the cabbage.
How much cabbage you have, how many gołąbkis you're making. I would say this is probably perfect size. Yeah.
Just looking at it relative to the size of my hand, 2 fingers wide, roughly as long as the fingers as well. It's a good idea. Will these ever shrink or expand when they're cooking?
They do shrink a little bit. Yes. Yeah. But when we roll in the cabbage, we're gonna squeeze it so it's gonna stay tight.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. That is very good. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some work to do here. I think, am I right? You were going to show the camera a little bit about how you prep the dessert while I do this, right?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So let me take this away.
Okay.
Ewa, it's your show now.
Okay, so we're gonna prepare Wafle, and I'm gonna start by making the cream. So I have 2 sticks of soft butter and 3/4 cup of the sugar, and I will be mixing that until it's all together.
What you're doing there, would you ever do that with a stand mixer if you had one available?
I do have one. I don't know. I just prefer this way because I feel like the sugar is melting better this way.
Really?
So it's not a matter of mixing, but also the sugar is just responding better to that.
I will trust you on this one.
Okay, now I'm gonna add some cocoa to it.
So when you say some, talk me through. I see you're about to just pour it.
I will just do that. I want a chocolatey look, and you cannot go wrong with putting too much of cocoa. Okay, so this is about that. I don't need no more cocoa.
Okay.
I will put a little bit of taste of rum. So we have, how do you call that?
I'll get a close-up of it in a little bit.
Okay.
Are you pouring the whole bottle or just a little bit?
I didn't have the whole bottle. maybe
half.
less than half.
Less than half.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So now I let you smell how that is.
Oh,
That's
it's funny. I think I smell the rum more strongly than ever right now. Maybe this is just because it just got added.
because this is not finished yet.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Smells positively boozy.
Okay. Now we're gonna add this ingredient, and that's a Kajmak. That is very useful for this dessert that we are making.
And what is it exactly? Do you know?
It's like a condensed milk that is
Kind of like caramelized almost.
right.
Interesting. It looks decadent.
Yes, and it's main dominant of the taste. This.
So you do the full can to this 2 butter stick mixture.
That's correct. Yeah. And again, there's many different versions of doing this. You could use 2 cans of that and not use your own butter mixture.
Yes,
Okay.
and I know there are many different ways to make these. I recently told somebody in the Polish community that my favorite dessert was Wafle, and they looked at me like, that's like saying your favorite dessert is cake. There's
That's
too many
right.
kinds.
Yes, exactly. It depends what you put inside. Yes. And the Wafle itself, we buy them, they are ready. We don't bake them. Okay. Okay. So I think what we should do now, we're gonna leave this for a moment, and we're gonna mix the tomato sauce, start wrapping the cabbage rolls, and when this is cooking, we can focus on that.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'll
So,
take this away from you.
okay. So I'm gonna ask you to open both. Oh, okay. Good. And let's see.
A very special sok pomidori, canned on September 6th, 2022.
That's right.
Alex's birthday. Sauce. Yeah, I'm gonna get some help there.
Okay. With that. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna put this and the tomato soup into the pot.
The full jar here.
Full jar,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
And this is the secret to the fact that your sauce is much lighter, I think.
That's right, yeah. And I like some thickness of the soup, that's why I use it, but I don't want to use just the tomato soup from the can. I like my sauce.
How do you make this sauce?
That's for another
Okay,
time.
sure. Maybe a better question is it only tomato or is it tomato with water?
No, it's only tomatoes.
Thank you.
So we're gonna put some of the sauce into the pot
Sure.
that you're gonna be using.
And we should be using the big pot, right?
The big pot, yes. Yeah. Okay. So you go ahead and just cover the bottom with the sauce.
Sure. And you only want to barely cover it, it sounds like.
That's right, yeah. And yeah, just make it go around. Okay. Now, I always use leftover cabbage leaves to put on the bottom, just so the rolls don't become burned.
Yeah.
or something like that. So we're gonna take a few leaves from the cabbage that we have here. And this doesn't matter if they have the hard part. I'm just gonna cover the bottom.
So this is a normal amount of leftover cabbage.
No, that's not normal. Every time is different.
Okay.
I just feel we have enough leaves here
Sure.
for the amount of meat that we have that I can use this for what I am doing now.
So it's instincts.
Yes. Okay. Maybe one more. Okay, so that's how it looks like. So now we're gonna be wrapping. So we start with the hard part here at the end. I have the meat. I start to roll. I grab the edges and I continue rolling tight until it looks like that.
Okay.
I would say this still feels a little hard. I'm gonna cut a little bit more here. So for the rolling, it's easier.
Right, because this is the part that needs to curve the most.
That's right, yeah. Okay, so we start to roll tight. One side, the other side, and we continue until it looks like that. And then in the pot, I also put them tight.
Yeah, so that they don't come undone, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll help you out here.
All right.
So this one feels good, I think.
Okay.
Right.
Try. Yeah. If it's not rolling well, you always can remove a little bit more.
I would just like your opinion. Is it too hard at the top there, you think? Or try it out?
Yeah, you may just remove a little bit more. Always it's a good idea.
Sure, because it's not the outside anyway. So
That's right.
If it cracks a little, it's okay.
Yeah, if it cracks, it's okay.
Okay, so just like this.
So looks like today we're making 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Beautiful gołąbki.
Beautiful gołąbkis, yes. Yeah.
Tell me
That's
my first wrap.
Very good. That's perfect. So it goes, yeah, it goes next to it tight.
Okay, and you layer
I would go down with the end, yes. And then, yes.
Okay.
Very good.
What do you say we tag team?
Okay, I will take another board and you can roll. Some of the leaves now will be bigger, which is okay. We like to eat cabbage with gołąbkis.
True. Now, some of the cabbages I'm seeing here, they're not all uniform, right?
That's right. Yeah.
When I have this little gap, is this no good or is it
nothing is going to leak through it?
Really?
After it cooks, it stays. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's okay.
And because we're cooking it in this sauce, it's okay if it leaks.
Absolutely, but really, the meat will not come out. Yeah. So there is also a different way of preparing cabbage. I tried different way, but I didn't like the taste after. And so the different way I'm talking about is freezing the head of the cabbage.
Interesting.
And then when you defrost, it is soft.
Yeah, because all the liquid the cells break down.
Right,
Yep.
but somehow I still prefer to cook the way I'm cooking.
And I'm sure we do too.
Okay, if we put that in there nice and tight.
So when I get to the end of the row.
How do you start the next one? Well, again, I may go like so, and then I will put the next one there.
So keep it tight all the way around.
Keep it tight all the way, yes.
If we were using a different sized pot, would you ever make multiple rows here?
Yes.
And when
yes.
you do you separate those with more cabbage?
No. Cabbage is only to prevent burning or to prevent drying.
Sure.
If you have layers of rolls, you don't need to separate with the leaves.
And I won't be able to fit all of these in without making a new row, but that's okay.
That's okay. Even if next row is just a couple of them,
Sure.
doesn't have to be the whole.
So when I see something like this here,
Mm-hmm.
it would be very tight for me to put another one in here.
I would put another one there.
You would?
Yes.
Okay.
I would squeeze another one. Yeah.
This is kind of fun. I like this process.
Yes, yeah. So I can definitely squeeze one here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You have an eye. Okay.
Good. So now we're going to use the whole sauce to pour over.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're working it over all of them just in case you don't cover everything with the sauce when you're done, right?
That's right. Yeah. So that's that. But I still will use a few of the leaves. To cover, oops.
Okay. Especially the ones that aren't submerged, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't want them to become dry. Yeah. Okay, so this is it.
Okay.
They are ready for the oven.
Presto. So you've preheated the oven to what temperature?
350.
350. Okay.
Yeah. But we also can do, and lately I'm doing this on a pot,
Really?
and it works beautiful.
Huh.
With this pot, it works very, very good.
Okay.
So we can do that.
And you'll put this on medium, I
I
assume?
will put on medium, and then I will be checking if it's not
Sure.
boiling too aggressively. So, okay.
So maybe you start off higher and lower as you see it.
Correct. Yes.
Got it.
We
Okay.
want a sauce to start bubbling a little
Little
bit,
simmer.
but
Yeah.
then we're gonna decrease. Okay. So gołąbkis are all done. So now we're gonna make waffles.
All right.
Because we need time for them to be pressed.
Sure.
So let's open that. I have scissors.
These are very delicate. I wouldn't want
They
to
are
tear up the
very
package.
delicate.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So you can take them all together
All of them. Okay.
and just place them here.
Does it matter what
Doesn't matter.
size? No.
Doesn't matter. This is always good to lick.
My mouth is watering already.
Right. So we're gonna spread this the best we can to cover every single spot.
And I can even see some bits that are maybe grainier. You actually like that texture, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's something that you wouldn't get with a stand mixer.
No, I like the way it is, and it doesn't really take much work to do the hand. So I make sure that I have
Every corner.
Every corner and every little square is filled with that cream. And how you guess if you have enough? Well, you kind of hope that you are measuring, right?
Right.
You don't want a cream to be left, or you don't want to be in a situation that there's not enough for the last layer.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can always add, as you're putting this on, you can add more, but you don't want to overdo it, right? Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You almost want to see just like this, I think. So you can see just the ridges popping up, right?
Yeah. And okay, so that looks good. I'm gonna take the last one.
Oh, okay.
And make sure that I am
Perfect.
in position here. Yeah, perfect. Good. And now go ahead and
oh goodness.
And there's always weigh at the end. If for some reason we didn't calculate right and you don't have enough cream for the last layer, well, we can use something else.
Yeah, I've seen
It can
Nutella
be
used.
used Nutella or some kind of jam. That yeah.
Again, it's very much like the Gołąbki. It's very methodical. You're making sure you're just covering everything nicely.
That's right. Yeah, you want to spread everywhere because when you eating, doesn't matter middle of the side, you want to have the same amount. You don't want to have dry waffle. All right. So let's see if you can.
Yeah, the moment of truth, huh? First of all.
That's right.
So if I recall, we take the whole stack except for the very bottom.
That's correct. Yeah. Got it.
Very carefully.
So at this point, after you do this layer, how many more layers you have that you have to do it?
I have to do this plus 2 more, it looks like, right?
No. After this, you only do this because you're not gonna put the cream on the top.
Right,
Yeah.
of course.
So there's 3 waffles, but only 2 layers.
Right, okay. At this point, I'm because it's all very delicate. Am I pressing down now, or am I waiting later on?
It's okay to press because it grabs a little bit. It holds. It's not gonna move too much for you, but yeah, you find.
Sure.
But the amount of pressure at the end really is gonna be after we're done with.
Right after we're done
spreading. Yeah.
Now, when Alex was growing up, was this one of her favorites as well? Or?
It's hard to say. It's not like I was doing this every weekend. You know, I was baking many things, not necessarily this was the top.
Do you have any stories of things that Alex was always asking you for?
As far as the dessert?
Food, dessert, yeah.
She never, oh my goodness, she never was a sweet tooth person.
Still not.
She still is not. I was, but she was not. So dessert wasn't that important, but I think I have to say it's not the Polish food that she liked. She liked her cereal. Ever. Yeah, she still does.
Red berries are the best right now.
Yeah. But she was good vegetable eater. Even when she was very small and trying to open sweet peas and eat that, she loved that. I have that picture of her. As a baby, and so veggies were not bad, except broccoli, I guess, and mushrooms.
And you know, she's recently come around on mushrooms. She's been back on broccoli for a while now, but mushrooms would be just the past year or so. When we're on vacation, she will often say, "I can't wait to get home so that I can eat something green."
See,
yeah. She said her favorite part of lunch was the red peppers.
Okay.
Yeah, even when we have Halloween right now, when we have Halloween candies, we always buy something that Alex likes because I will eat any candy.
Right.
There are only a few, so we got Kinder this year.
Okay.
And even then, I said, Alex, you have to take these to office. I can't have these in the house.
No, there was one drawer here with different island, but there was one drawer for sweets, for candies.
Mm-hmm.
And her candies were like getting old in there.
Unbelievable for a kid, huh?
It was more me looking at her. What is there that I may have? She didn't care for that.
Well, I'll tell you now, I think with the scarcity, you said she never went for the Polish foods. I think now with the scarcity of it, you know, she can't just have Gołąbki any weekend. It's become much more special.
Yeah. We always had soups. I like making soups.
I love soup.
She was eating all kinds of soups also.
We could have a whole episode on soups.
And so, yeah. And of course, Papa's pickles.
Mhm.
They were always the best.
Yeah, that's a tough one to replicate. The specific.
Yeah.
It's not acidity, but that bite. That bite.
Okay. So now it's just starting to bubble here. So the sauce is starting to bubble, and I decrease a little bit. And with gołąbkis, longer we cook them or longer we stay before we eat them, they taste better.
Yeah, really.
So if we just cook for 1 hour, it's not going to be as good as cooking for 3 hours on slow.
Interesting. Yeah.
And even next day, it's better than the first day.
Would you ever cook them overnight?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you may. I'm very, very slow.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Slow heat, but
Extra sauce too, right?
yes, that's right. Yeah, never too much.
That sounds good.
Okay, so I'm gonna flip the last waffle.
Okay.
To make sure that everything is even. Yeah. And now we can make the whole board go to the side. I'm gonna use my trick for the this.
Now I know why that's been around for so long.
That's why this is in the middle.
It's actually a kitchen tool.
Yeah, that's a kitchen tool. So I want you, Sean, to cut the onion in large pieces.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine how they're supposed to look. You want long slices, right?
Like that. That will be.
That's all, really.
That's all. Okay. Maybe this one a little bit more pieces, the big one.
That's surprising. Okay. So let me do a quick pan around what we have here.
Yeah.
Lamb chops that already have Vegeta.
They have Vegeta, yes. And
We
nothing
have
else.
Olive oil, 4 relatively small onions, and we're just going to chop them like that.
Yeah.
We've already prepared the garlic.
We're gonna put the onion and garlic on the bottom of pressure cooker. We use pressure cooker for the lamb chops.
Do you use the pressure cooker for anything? I've always seen it with the lamb chops. Do you use it for anything?
You can use for everything. You can make soup. You can cook potatoes or whatever you're cooking. Everything is good to use the pressure cooker, but most of the time I use for lamb chops.
Yep.
I make soups in a regular pots because it's easier to open and add and make some adjustments. So I will just spread this.
Sure.
And the regular onion is fine. I have one red one just because, but no particular reason. So we're gonna have a little bit of onions on the bottom, but we're gonna save some for in between kind of things.
So if I'm looking at this right, a little bit less than half the onions are what it looked like we put in already.
Okay.
We put in a little less than half, we save that much for in between.
Right, yeah. So then a little bit of onion on the bottom, and we're gonna use a little bit more after we place the meat. So now we can go ahead and put the
just like that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just one packet of Vegeta,
That's
right?
one packet, yes.
Is there any rhyme or reason to how we put these in?
Nope. You just want to make sure that all of them go. And then onions and garlic in between.
And the onions, you were saying,
just a little bit, break them and
But it's okay for like.
Oh, it's okay, of course, yeah. Yeah, you just want to have
some dispersed,
some dispersed. And with onion again, it's you never can put too much or not enough. and garlic. We love garlic after it's
Mhm.
cooked. That garlic tastes delicious. So more it is, better it is.
Do you ever use more than just this amount?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. So little bit more oil, and then we're gonna put a little bit water also.
All right. I'd like you to show me the little bit more.
Okay. So here we go. Okay.
Very nice.
That's that.
And then how much water do we normally put in here?
The water will be escaping as we release the pressure. So we want to create a steam kind of situation. Okay, now I would say that's about so quarter of the cup,
Sure.
maybe. And this is our pressure cooker. That is the small one, and it's just good
Perfect.
measure for the size of the lamb chops that we have.
So how long will it take to cook in here?
Again, I would say 2 hours, maybe 3 hours.
Sure.
At some point, I will open, and if the meat is already detaching from the bone, this is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can put that here. Yeah. And then,
Turn it on about medium.
about medium, yeah.
So Eva, we've got everything on the stove. We got everything cooking. We've got our Wafle being pressed right now. We just got a couple hours to wait, right?
That's correct. It's only time to help to finish our projects.
All right, so we'll see you all in just a little bit. So Eva, it's been about 2.5 hours, and we're back to finish things off here. We're going to start with the Wafle.
That's right. So we're gonna cut. They were pressed for a couple hours. They should be sticking together very well. So
Okay.
now we're gonna cut. So I'm gonna have you cut strips like that. Okay.
Straight strips.
Just straight.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. That's a good size. All the way to the bottom. And maybe even supporting so they don't separate.
Okay. And then I will go over one more time to make
one
sure.
more time until you can push this away. Yeah,
Okay.
There you go. We know for sure. Yep.
And then right here.
Perfect. Yep.
So even though they're going to end up looking like diamonds, you start with rectangles.
That's correct. Yeah. And with diamonds, there's always so many leftover pieces.
I've never seen the leftover pieces before.
Yeah. Somehow they disappear in the process.
And how precise should you be here? Is it okay if they're not perfectly straight?
It's perfect. Yeah. Don't worry about it. So 3 pieces here it should do. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So we got our strips.
Yeah. So now we will start here again. And this is the piece that we're going to have for testing. Okay. Like that. And then from that point, we just go and create those diamond shapes. And if they are not perfect, that's okay too. So this is yours to try. Okay.
That's very good.
Good, right? Yeah, very good.
You're getting that caramel from the...
And rum.
It's stronger than you would for just that little bit.
And you always can use alcohol, any alcohol, to make that
but just that little
bit
extract,
right?
the flavor
Right,
extract is really nice.
Yep.
Okay,
So
we'll keep
you
going.
cut, and I will maybe put on a plate.
Sure, perfect.
Okay.
A little small at the end here, even if they're not perfect diamonds, they're going to taste
absolutely
just fine.
Yep.
How did you learn to make these?
I don't know. We just in every house this was made.
Really?
So it was just something that didn't require special time. You observed, and and you had your own idea how you want to do it, but there's no wrong way of what you use for the inside, and they stay fresh for quite some time.
Yeah.
If you cover, obviously covering would be good, but good.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah, very nice. So this we can put on some other plate.
The chef's plate.
There you go. All right, so now we're gonna try gołąbki.
Gołąbki next, okay. How do you know when these are ready? You said more time is better, but
more time is better. 2.5 hours should be okay, but if not, then we always can do a little bit longer. So now,
do you want to cut into one and see what they look like?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
So, okay, so that's how it looks inside.
Nice tight pack.
Yeah, that's right.
I think
You did a very good job. Okay, and then we can, I don't know, do you need knife?
I'll take a little bite here with this one.
And sometimes we use the sauce, Maggi, right? So this is Maggi.
Gotta have it, yeah.
Right, go ahead.
Just a drop or two here.
I will do the same. And of course, you can always take the tomato juice from the pot. Enjoy.
Oh yeah. Definitely cooked all the way through. And after 2.5 hours, the cabbage is almost al dente. It's good. It's not too soft.
That's right. Yeah.
Enough resistance. This is really good.
Very good. Yes, I enjoyed it. Of course, it's very hot. We just took it out from the stove, but very good. Okay. The last thing we're gonna try is the lamb.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is going to be my first time opening a pressure cooker.
That's right. I already released the pressure when I was checking.
Okay,
so
sure.
It shouldn't be doing a lot of steaming.
So tell me, just how do you normally release it?
This is to release.
That's all.
The steam comes out, and it's done. So then it's ready to open.
So you lift this up, you get your hand out of the way because lots of steam is coming.
That's correct, and it's hot. So yeah.
Okay.
But right now we don't have that. So all pressure cookers are different. This is very simple, old Italian pressure cooker, but it works very well.
Oh yeah.
And we have in here our lamb chops.
Oh, we want to get into that.
We will try that. I think in a drawer there's the thing to grab. Yeah, that's right. Okay, perfect. So again,
It's fall off the bone tender.
yeah,
Here.
yeah. I will take the bone.
Okay. No, not at all.
Perfect. This is mine.
But it's not complete without a little bit of extra
That's
onion.
right, onion and some garlic. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The garlic is always delicious.
All
Very
right.
good.
Bon appetit.
Yeah.
There's something special about how that garlic just spreads.
Perfect.
And I'm always surprised by how much liquid is in there. Saying that you only put about a 1/4 cup of water in.
Very little water, yeah. And a little olive oil.
Right, of course.
Okay. I enjoy that.
That's a special recipe. That's really good.
Very good. And you did excellent job.
Oh.
Everything tastes good. I can be invited for dinner. I enjoy that work together with it.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and thank you to our lovely audience, including the live studio audience. This has been another episode of Recipieces from the Heart. Tune in next time for tomato sauce and soup.
Will do. Yes.